to Show Yet to Be Named. Welcome back to Show Name Undetermined. Today we'll be making Fyre Cyder. Something that involves absolutely no fire. Apple cider, but it is cider. It's cider vinegar. How's everybody been? I hope you've been well. Things are getting weird in Pennsylvania here. Obviously, this isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So I know a lot of you guys are trying to stay at home, stay safe, being really good with washing your hands, hand sanitizing, making sure you're wearing masks when you go outside. But, what can you do when you're at home? Something you can do for yourself just to give your body a little bit of extra defense. This is ancient medicine. This is what got people burned at the stake for being a witch. So let's do some witchcraft. You remember when you were a kid and you had your McDonald's bucket for trick-or-treating and you would put your berries and your dirts and your leaves and stuff in it. Essentially, it's a potion. So, you know what? I've been calling this a health tonic. Let's call it a potion just because I think it'll be a lot more fun for our inner child and all. So, there's going to be a couple things that you need. If you have a hard time finding them, I will have some alternatives listed in the recipe that you can find on my website, sakuraarts.com. That's SAKURAARTS.com. I'm going to have a whole page of just recipes on there. So like if you don't want to listen to me talk, you can go right there, get the recipe, make it at home. So you're going to need a handful of ingredients. First thing is like the most important thing is apple cider vinegar. Mind you, this is like my least favorite type of apple cider vinegar. This is dead vinegar. It's vinegar that's been pasteurized, and generally if you're doing anything like this, or anything that's not like a salad dressing or a pickle, you're gonna want to get the raw boy. This is going to be a little bit more expensive, so you need to start out with apple cider vinegar. This is about a quart. It's 32 ounces. So I'm going to use, this is what I already had this at home. I'm going to use both of these, just like a little bit of this mixed in with this to kind of bring it back to life, give it some of that. It has the mother in it. That is what all of the little bacterias, it's their little colony, and that is what turns the wine or rice wine or apple cider turns it from the sugars into lactic acids. Insert description here because I can't remember it off the top of my head, and I didn't have time to do my research before doing this video because I was running around like a crazy person today. Yes, so I'm going to do this recipe in two ways. I forgot to precede with that. There's the traditional way where you hand chop everything up really finely. You put it in a jar, close it, chuck it in a cabinet at room temperature, somewhere room temperature, preferably in the dark, for about 30 days. I don't want to wait 30 days for that. So I'm going to try and do a variation on this that I haven't yet tried before. So if it fucks up and is not good, then hey, we both learned together that this is not an option. And there's a moth in my kitchen. Damn it. So I'm going to do two batches. I'm going to split this in half and then just put a little whisper of this in each one. So for one batch, you'll want about at least 16 ounces of apple cider vinegar. I would do more. I'm going to probably just end up mixing these two together at some point just to homogenize them, but I kind of just want to see how they turn out. One method, like I said, I'm going to chop everything up very small and we're going to put it in a jar and leave it. The other one, we're going to use the Vitamix and blend everything up really fine and then put it through like a fine mesh filter, and hopefully that'll have like the same effect without having to wait as long, because we'll just be getting the juices out of that and leaving all the fiber and the cellulose and the pulpiness behind just wherever, so we can throw it out and we have our cider. Step one, Most important thing, you need apple cider vinegar, preferably raw. Pasteurized is okay, but I always prefer the raw for anything that we're, going to be ingesting, or that's more of just like on its own as opposed to like a pickle or a salad dressing. Two, we're gonna need ginger. So I am leaving the skin on. I know this is like point of contention. Leaving the skin on. Um, Reason for that being there's a lot of really beneficial bacteria on the surface of ginger. Ginger is a natural antibacterial, antifungal, and it's an anti-inflammatory. All the antis, but anti against the things that you don't want. One of the things in ginger that makes it so healthy and good for you is gingerol, which sounds like a kind of a cop-out. Like, I can't remember what it's called. Allow me to look at my notes. Yes, it is gingerol. It is anti-inflammatory. Ginger has been used for hundreds and hundreds of years. Ginger, we got our ginger. So this is about 177 grams of ginger chopped up into little cubes, which is that you can do more or less. This is literally, please don't take any of this as like verbatim, like you have to do it in this ratio amount. Like more ginger, put in more ginger. If you want it to be a little less like spicy, a little more toned down, tone it down. You can do whatever you want, play around with it, and that is the beauty of it, that there's no set in stone. We're gonna put some turmeric in. Turmeric is really famously known for being anti-inflammatory. People put it into tinctures and take it. This will stain your skin and your cutting boards and your blender and your entire life. So this is what gives. So curry powder has that really bright, like electric yellow color. This is what is in curry powder that does give it that really, really bright color, which like curry powder is a huge misnomer because curry leaves smell. I don't know. I think if you're going to identify curry powder as any one spice or smell, I'd say fenugreek. That's just me though. The next little item we have up here that we're going to be putting in is horseradish root. So, the turmeric. Turmeric was about 52 grams. So, I mean, you can eyeball it. Just eyeball it. Horseradish is about 20 grams. So, it's like a quarter cup diced. This one I did peel. You really do want to get the peel of this off. So, if you can't see, like, this is really, really tough. It's very woody. There were very few pieces of this left in the store because I think everybody kind of has the same idea. But like this is really, as you can see, my nails are stained yellow from the turmeric. The way you can take this peel off though is just get a peeler, like a Y peeler or a potato peeler, and just take off however much, because this was originally like maybe yay. So I, chopped up some of this already, but I wanted to show you the whole one so you don't think it looks like, what were the, all right, remind me, in Harry Potter. Things when they pulled them out of the pots and they screamed. We have these. Then after this, it's kind of up to you. Next, we're going to have chilies, which this is 2 habanero peppers just cut in half. They're a little funky looking because they were in my freezer. And 1/2 of a lemon sliced, and 2 garlic cloves. If anybody ever watches Brad Leone on the Bon Appetit Test Kitchen, one of his favorite things is to talk about when you smash garlic, it releases a chemical called allicin, ALICIN. Always wipe your knives when you're done too. If you don't wipe your knives when you're done, you are a degenerate. You're a degen. And don't be a degen from backcountry that don't clean their knives off, because I'll have to disown you, and I like you a lot and I don't want to do that. So clean your damn knives off. Clean mason jar. Just I like the wide mouth boys in, and I'm actually using this jar because it's already labeled from our last batch that we had. So step one, just put these guys in here since they're in front of me right now and steaming up my nose holes. So we have our habaneros, our 2 garlic cloves. Like I said, go crazy. We're going to put our chopped up horseradish, turmeric. If you're from anywhere that's not the northeast coast of Pennsylvania, Maryland, y'all don't know about Wegmans. Just gonna throw maybe like 10 of these in here. So now I'm just gonna fill this up with the vinegar. Not taking too much. I'll put just a little bit of this in. I almost want to try and make a kombucha out of this, but I don't think it would work. Now, this is my favorite part. Or the cocktail mixer. That instrument. Concerts, like Wings, or I'll remember later. And that's it for that one. Next, we're going to try the other method. Hey, welcome back. Or if you're not back, thanks for not going anywhere. Next, we're going to do our modern method. So we'll see how this works out. So we're going to put our ginger in, turmeric, 2 chilies, garlic. I put 3 this time because there was one that was just kind of a little small guy, and our horseradish. So I'm just going to dump the rest of this in here. This extended cold season. Oh, with the last one, since we are not really going to be consuming any of the pieces, they're just going to sit in the liquid. This one, for the citrus, I'm going to supreme it. I'm going to take the entire peel off along with the pit. So probably about like yay into there is where the fruit starts beginning. So yeah, see how we cut that off, and it's just white. So see where just that white line is? We're gonna want to follow that with our knife. So we're gonna want to go down and follow the shape of the fruit. So just gonna follow the natural curve of the fruit. So if you're wondering, how to supreme or what that is, it's when you have done this, you take all of the peel and the pith off, and you see how you can see just like the individual, there we are, that's better. How you can see the individual segments. We're just going to cut very gently until you hit the center on the inside of one side. So then you're left with this beautiful little, it's like beautiful little citrus. Ah! Anyway, it's a beautiful little citrus, okay? Now you saw, and now we can weep over that one that fell on the floor. So, we have all of our items in here. I broke the lid. Oh my god. So then we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of honey. No, I didn't weigh it out by grams because I know what a 1/4 cup looks like. So, that's maybe a little bit more than I needed, but we put a little extra vinegar in. So this is do I like how it tastes recipe. And then we're just going to start out really slow. Whenever you're doing a high-powered blender, it's up. Whenever you're doing high-powered blending, start out slow and then let it gradually move it up, because if you what? Like, would you look at that? It's not like no, it's almost like I cook for a living. Silly. Also, don't stand over this mess. I can feel the burning from the horseradish in my eyebrows right now. I'm gonna get a ladle and so this ladle, we're gonna push down the crap in our cone strainer. Also, if you're playing along at home, what I would recommend you do is either you have a cone strainer, great. If you don't, that's fine. So that's why we're putting it through this one first, so we can kind of get most of those solids out, which we might not even have to pass this through the French press after this, because I think it'll be really good, really well strained. And honestly, I don't mind a little couple pieces in it. You could probably also save this paste and use it for like a curry. It's like adobo paste, or yeah, it's like an adobo paste. Like, it's ginger and garlic and turmeric and horseradish. Like, this could be really good. Like, I'm gonna save this and we're gonna come back. We're gonna revisit this. I'm gonna save this. I might like try to pickle it or something. I don't know, but like, I feel like I don't want to throw this out. Like, this could be something really neat. It has so much potential. Come on, you son of a gun. That's good. So you're gonna wanna, you're not gonna wanna leave out. Troika 2015. I'm sorry, Troika. I did not mean to steal this. This is a shot glass from the Russian festival, which is my favorite. It's recommended 1 shot a day. And this is a big boy, and this is probably gonna be really fucking strong. Like, I can feel my eyebrows curling right now. I feel it. Na zdrowia, arriba, abajo, dentro y centro. Oh. Ooh. Do you see anything? I thought that I was going to put hair on my chest. You can do shots of this. Some people even will use it for cocktails. Savory shrub. Mainly, what I want you to do so that you can stay healthy is just do a little shooty boy of this. Do it in the morning, do it at night. I like to do it in the morning because I'm going to try it and be better about that, and I want you to be better about that too, so then we can both be healthy and we can keep having fun. So I'm gonna go put this in the fridge now. I'm gonna actually, since it is kind of warm from blending, I'm gonna leave the lid cracked. So anytime you put something away in a container that is warm, even just a little bit warm, if you see that there's condensation on the top of any sort of container, that's something that you're gonna want to crack open. That's also a health code violation. If you don't, so there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to make fire cider 2 ways. I hope that really helped you out. I hope you try it. Let me know how it turned out. Let me know if you tried anything different, because I would love to check out some variations on this. Did you try with the blender? Did you do the old-fashioned method? So yeah, to recap, the other method where we just chopped everything up, you're going to want to strain that out. You can chuck everything away or save it and blend it up and, I don't know, do something with it. And then you're going to want to add the honey into it. So modern method, everything in one go, strain. Classic method, chop everything up, let it sit for a month, and then strain it and add honey. So I hope you try it out. Thank you for joining me for this.